To all the tradies down in the Southern Highlands in Mittagong, how you going? My name's Ryan. I am the founder of Free Trade Day. What is Free Trade Day? Well, what it is tradies giving up their time to help the people in their communities who are financially battling, people that are living in dangerous situations, or people that are living without essential services. We started Free Trade Day a couple of years ago in our hometown, which is the central coast of New South Wales. I'm an electrician, I run a small business. Free Trade Day started from, I got asked to do a job for an older gentleman. He had a flickering light in his kitchen. I went out to his place and he went on to show me all of these other issues. He hadn't had hot water for 18 months. He didn't know, but there was cockroaches running all over his place. He was in his 90s. He was visually impaired. He was basically living in an absolute hellhole. The reason he wanted me out there was to just fix his light. He didn't think he could afford the hot water, but what I did a couple of extra things for him. So I fixed the hot water, and I told the real estate that I was working for about his, the conditions he's living in. And look, turns out he ended up passing away a couple of weeks later. So I was very guilt-riddled, and I thought, there should have been something more I could have done. And look, it's not just the elderly we're dealing with here. I do jobs for single mums with disabled kids that they can't afford to get the lights in their ceiling fixed, and the kids are all huddled under a lamp trying to do their homework. I've got parents that don't have working ovens, and they haven't had a working oven for 4 years. Got people that their front doors don't shut, windows are smashed. I'm here today to tell you guys what Free Trade Day is, and we'll go into some specifics about your job too. So basically, Free Trade Day is it's a website. We get tradies to go on and volunteer, and then we match them up with people who really need help. So you can go on there if you need help, and you give your details. And if you want to give help, if you're a tradie with licenses and skills, you can go on and volunteer. So that's freetradeday.com.au. There's 3 buttons. It's really simple. If you can't do that, that's cool. We might get a big list of everyone that wants to help out with this job or help out in general with Free Trade Day. We'll get a list and we can manually register all of you guys for this. Basically, this job that you guys are considering taking on is quite major. The job was, I got a message from a neighbour of this family, and it basically said, look, after the snow, they had a downpour of snow, a really cold week, and I believe that snow caused some damage to the ceiling. Sean will be able to tell you a more detailed description of what's going on there. But basically, from my understanding is there was water coming in, there's heat escaping. This particular family have a 14 or a 15-year-old boy that's gone through his second round of chemo. So, really fragile health-wise. And he's living in a situation where the heat escapes, water comes in. I don't know a lot about cancer, but what I do know is you've really got to stay warm, you've got to stay dry. So it's not an ideal living environment for this young man. So I would consider this to be it could be a matter of life and death for this guy. Sean, absolute legend, went out, checked out the job, and look, it turns out it's a bit bigger than what we thought. It's called a snowball effect. Basically, you go there to look at one thing. We've worked out that it's structurally impaired, which normally would say, sorry, there's nothing we can do. This job's too big for us. Sean's thrown out a few messages to you guys, in the hope that we can all pitch in and try to get this done. there's a lot of hurdles that we've got to jump over. And so, in this meeting, I want you guys to discuss that. The logistics of doing it, the time frame of doing it. How are we going to get this family out of the house when the work happens? Do we need funds to get this to happen? And how much time is everyone willing to give up, etc. So I'll leave that up to your planning in this meeting. And we'll try to make it happen, guys. So I just wanted to say I'm so grateful that you guys all want to get involved with this family that's living in your community. We have not promised them anything. What we have said is that we will, do everything in our power to try to help these guys out. So look, that's it from me. Obviously, if there's any specific questions, I'm happy to answer them. Apologies, I couldn't get there in person today. I'm on holidays actually in Bali at the moment. This video was recorded a bit earlier. So look, happy to chat to anyone if you've got any specific questions. What I will leave you with now is a video about Free Trade Day. And I look forward to checking out the scope of work, any risks or hurdles that you guys might have with this job. And, if there's anything that we can do our side to really help this out, we will. Lastly, a job this size, it's the biggest job we've probably done. We've done a few big ones, but it would be right up there. It's going to get a lot of media attention, which can be good, can not be good. With media attention, we're gonna really raise awareness about Free Trade Day. It's going to give you guys a huge amount of business exposure too. So I want to really encourage you guys to get behind this project. It's going to be fantastic for your community, and you guys are really going to change a life for sure. So thanks again. Let me know if there's any questions. Hope to get down there when all the work's going on and help out myself. Good on you.